Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work. You need somebody?
When I need proof, I pray that I find the truth. Feel like it's pulling my tooth, and what's done in the dark slowly letting me loose. My love right by my side, she know I ain't got no coof. Picture me, tossing in my sleep. I'm fighting demons alone, she hugging me, screaming we. Picture somebody bringing life to your life. Got the plug, told Virgil, right wife on my wife. Nick it easy. Shot it.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. I think I'm gonna call this month the month of the guest, because I feel like the last two episodes we've had a guest. This episode we had a guest, so I'm gonna just rock out with that. Brother Brian is what we're gonna call him today. That's what we calling you, all pot. Nothing more, nothing less.
I'm not calling him fucking Brother Brian.
Why not?
Cause I ain't no fucking student. I ain't calling
And I was about to say, I feel like you on a jerk shoe or something.
Brother Brian, welcome to the Black Man. Ooh, shit. Welcome to the Black Man Worker podcast.
Do y'all wear kufis and stuff at school?
We don't wear kufis. It's not kufis usually are religious. We're more African centered, so it's not connected to any specific religion. We do wear some people choose to wear like traditional African garb, whether it's dashiki, that type of thing. But we, if you are a Muslim, you can wear kufis, but that's not like part of the school apparel.
Just check the shit out of me in a proper way. That's what teachers do. Tell them your occupation.
After you tell them.
So that is said, I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm a father. So in terms of like titles, I guess those are the things that I will highlight first.
What sports you coach?
Well, I coach basketball from all levels. We have middle school. My school is interesting. We're a kindergarten to 12 school. So I coach middle school, high school boys, high school girls. So yeah, I coach basketball from middle school all the way up to high school. And in terms of teaching, I teach 6th grade math and science now.
All right, so we literally just talked about this. What kind of math and what kind of science?
When did science part start, bro?
Because clearly, this shit is all over the place.
Yeah. So, to Rome, your question, I actually just started teaching science this past school year. Prior to that, I was teaching only math for like the last 11 years.
Yo, I feel bad. I ain't even start teaching science.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
you
I'm terrible.
don't ask about my day. It's cool.
You don't ask about mine either. It's okay. We even.
And you said, what kind of math?
Yeah.
What kind of math? Well, in 6th grade,
New math.
6th grade is new math. Yeah, it's definitely new math as opposed to what we learned in 6th grade. 6th grade now is more like pre-algebra stuff. So you're doing solving equations, intro to geometry stuff, some stuff with fractions, ratios. So,
But to get to
too nerdy.
But to get to it is different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I think
Like,
the way
how would you? Your daughter not in. How
she's going to 5th grade. She'll be 11 this year.
So when she gets to 6th grade, right? As a teacher, are you going to teach her the old way that we grew up on, or are you going to teach her this new curriculum stuff?
I think I'm gonna still teach. I'm gonna teach the curriculum, but what I tell my students, the same thing I tell the parents is, at the end of the day, the answer is going to be the answer. That's the one thing I love about math. Like, if you do the work right,
But now
the
they
answer
ain't
is gonna
say
be the
that.
answer.
Yeah.
So
Said last
like,
week something different.
if you come up with and we encourage that. If you're a good teacher, you're encouraging. Like, it's not just one way to solve a problem.
If you're a good
there's
teacher.
multiple ways.
See, that's that saying Kofa.
Yeah.
If
That
you're
ain't
a
that. That's saying Kofa. That ain't that. I'm editing that out because that might sound crazy.
I mean, the ball is in your court now, so. But how was your week though, Brother Brian?
It was good. It was good. I actually, Brother Brian is crazy. I think the reason why at my school we do, because like it's a family oriented type of thing, so we do go by either brother or sister for our teachers, or if they're a little bit older, we might say mama or baba. So I think that's where the Brother Brian thing is coming from. But my week was good. I'm actually teaching summer school, so I work Monday through Thursday, and then today got a little time off. Got to enjoy time with the kids. Went to the pool, went swimming. So my week was good. No complaints.
Rome, how was your week?
Week was good. Ain't nothing different happened from what normally happens during my week. Same old stuff. Got a couple events lined up, but I mean, same old stuff.
Same shit at work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Solid. And how was your week,
Same
sir?
people.
It was. It was restless. I'm a little tired, to be honest. Yeah, I really need to get some rest, but it is what it is. A couple days ago, I was doing Lyft, and Francine and Tana, might get that wrong, but I'm sorry. But shout out to y'all, because we had a thorough conversation when I was doing Lyft. They was going out to party and shit like that, so it was pretty decent.
They listening?
Yeah.
They better.
Alright. Might be that.
But yeah,
Can't get the shout out and they ain't even listen. That's crazy.
No, they leave. But no, other than that, man, I just need to get some rest, man. It's been a fairly, I don't know, like I ain't been going to sleep late on purpose, but like I just ain't, my body ain't bodying.
Bro.
Why not rub one off and go to bed?
That don't really work. I get like a tad bit of energy.
That might do it.
Hold up, what?
Because you got to do it in the bathroom.
Hero don't want to see that.
Teach me how to tone that down.
Just turn your headphones down.
Alright. Steph, how was your week, man?
My week was fine. Just working, getting the things situated with my father. That's
Got in contact with anybody?
Yeah, so it's some shit going on. I mean, I understand it, but it's definitely some shit going on. The reason why I say that is because I finally got in contact with somebody, and when I was like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out about some information about my father, the lady was like, what's your name? I gave her my name, and she was like, I can't talk to you. What do you mean you can't talk to me? She was like HIPAA or something. I know what HIPAA is. It's privacy, like patient client, confidentiality and all that good stuff. I understand that. But I was like, well, she was like, well, I'm a
What's your name gotta be?
Yeah, most likely. But
do
here's
you know that?
No, I tried to figure that out. Wouldn't give me that information. She's like, I'm gonna make a call to see if I can talk to you about this stuff. I'm assuming she's probably calling the point of contact. And she never called me back. I called back up there multiple times this week. Didn't get an answer. Left a couple voicemails, messages. So then that's when you gotta use your big guns. Call my mom, because she talks to my grandmother on that side every now and again. I got the information, and
You don't talk to your grandma?
no.
Any particular reason why?
Because like every time I had to try to build a relationship with them, they just treated me dirty.
Okay,
Like I was just like,
You was the
my
boy.
name is Stephen. Why am I always foolish, son? You know what I'm saying?
Cause you foolish, son.
No, I'm my own person.
They said you your daddy's son, eh?
No, I'm my own person. But anyway, so what bothered me is when I did have my mom and we talked on a 3-way. She didn't even she couldn't tell me anything. So I'm
Your
assuming
mom or your grandma?
my grandmother couldn't tell me anything because she don't know. So I gotta keep digging. I gotta keep digging to get the needed information.
So he may, if he doesn't have like a beneficiary or what is it called? I think it's called like the
Power of attorney. Yeah,
the power of attorney might be the state,
it may be. I mean, like I said,
and that's probably why it's so hard, because they don't know exactly who to contact. So they got to contact somebody from the state. Then
And
you might be SOL.
from what I'm accustomed to dealing with, when the state is the power of attorney, damn near ball game.
Yeah, so I'm
Gotta let the chips. How you say that shit? Let the chips fall where they may. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm still trying to gather, the information to make sure that things do get, because again, like I said, he definitely needs a test just about the dementia. Because I really think that he has it.
I don't think
He
and I
probably
could be
need more
wrong.
than just.
Well,
tests
yeah,
for
obviously.
that.
Yeah, obviously. It's just that's
Is there
one
a
of
test for dementia?
On early onset. Yes.
What if it's past the early onset stages?
Then that's when it's like full blown.
So I mean, but the test can tell you that too.
Yeah. Like how far,
That's something new. I didn't know that.
But other than that, my week was fine. Yeah, I'm still striving. I'm still trying to do the right thing.
Gotcha.
Something else has been funny. Can you do the same things today that you were able to do when you were younger, like sexually?
No.
I realized that yesterday.
I can't. I got torn meniscus.
So. So I
got basketball player injuries.
I could normally eat the box for a good 15-20 minutes just for GP. Got lockjaw.
I mean, that's standard.
I got lockjaw like 12 minutes in.
Damn! Whoa! What?
I was like, yo.
So I don't have neither one of those problems.
You got fucking torn meniscus. I mean, once my shit get fixed, we back in that bitch. I'm climbing up on the.
You got that? You got that? Don't cut that shit out. Don't you dare cut that shit.
It'll be out.
Don't you dare.
But no, that getting lockjaw, I ain't never get locked.
Maybe I thought maybe because it was like my
What was your old Facebook? Was the Instagram name?
Pussy Monster.
I guess not no more, huh?
Yeah, that shit retired, bro.
Oh
What?
man.
That was your Instagram name?
PU_. No, PUC_ monster. Yeah.
Wild bull.
You childish.
I was child, like 17. I just kept that shit. But yeah.
Lockjaw is wow. Yo, that's
So let me rephrase. I didn't.
What movie was that? When he was like, I think, can you lock your jaw and shake like a pit bull?
Bro. So like all this shit was hurting. It was all sore.
Oh,
I had to do some yawning and shit.
Get some exercise.
It didn't lock, but felt the muscles get pulled.
So you had to do what Ant do before you do the quotable?
Yeah.
Shway.
I definitely got to do
that nigga was looking up like shway.
Bro. Then I tried to go, like I tried to get like my old school. I was like, go ahead and ride the face. 2 licks on my dry. I said, you can't do this shit no more. I'm done. I normally could do it. I can't do it no more. I quit.
This got wild pretty quick.
I mean, listen.
Praise to all parties involved, man. Damn.
So BK used to do the things that you used to do when you was young?
Thank God you ain't Italian. You know how Italian people smack your face when you-
No. Wait, hold up. Go back. Don't deflect.
And he was talking. I don't want to interrupt that, good brother.
No, we about to drop all that brother shit.
My glasses was fogging up.
Not what I signed up for.
Are you hot?
What's your question?
Probably. It's, I don't know. Huh?
So what was the question, bro?
What was the original question?
You know what the
Can you
question
do
was.
the same shit sexually like you used to do?
Short answer, yes. Like I'm just keep it at yes. I don't feel like
Boo!
What you think you gonna get demoted or something?
no. I mean, it's,
The kids be watching.
They might. Brother Brian was there. Brother Brian said he can't do it. Who was that booty call? You got to lick it.
All that
Before
shit
you
could,
stick it.
all that shit you could do on the court, but you can't do it in the bedroom. Huh?
He yelled at them too.
All the flipping, you can't euro on it. Euro to the fuck, you can't do nothing. It's just euro to the basket, not the box. Huh?
Brother Brian, we'll come to you first. What happened to the villages of the past?
what happened to the villages of the past? I think I'm gonna answer that. It's like a twofold answer. One, I think that we at times we romanticize like the villages of the past. Like, you know how people say like, oh, if my neighbor down the street saw me doing this, like my neighbor whooped my ass, like that's not okay. So I think sometimes we get in a space where we think that like just because it's the way it was when we were growing up, that it makes it okay. Like, no, a lot of the things that the village did was wrong. Were there some positives? Of course. But my second part with that would be that I just think that the way the villages look have changed. So I think that there's no more of the villages in terms of like your neighbors or the lady upstairs from you, like really looking out for you. I think that was kind of born out of necessity. Like people didn't have a choice. Like especially if you think about people from like down south, they all came up together, so they all kind of knew each other. Like I don't think we're in a place where you know everybody on your block anymore. So you don't want the lady upstairs, talking to your kids like that. So I think that's part of what happened to the village. But like I was saying, I also think that the villages look different. I think the villages aren't just neighbors. I think it's organizations. I think it's clubs. I think it's activities. I think it's people in different areas and different realms that's doing great work with young people. So I think the villages are still there. They're still active. And a lot of people are still doing great work with young people. So I think overall the villages are still here. They just look different.
Wrong. What happened to the villages of the past?
So I definitely agree that the villages have changed. But I got a question for what you said. So you were saying, even though, back in the day they did certain things, that doesn't make it right. So even if me as a parent give you that permission to chastise my child, that's still not right. So I think a lot of that, like it wasn't like I'm just gonna do it just to do it. I think like conversations were had.
Yeah. And I no, like I think
that might depend on what chastising look like to you.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And I think that if you decide that the person upstairs can, you can do what you want to do with your child. But I think that if you're saying that the person upstairs can do X, Y, and Z, I mean, I think that's problematic. So I just think that even some of the, not necessarily just the village, but some of the parenting is problematic. So I think that's how I would answer that.
Gotcha. But yes, I do think that the villages have changed in certain situations for the better, and a lot of situations for the worse. Just like he said, the parenting has definitely changed. I think it has a lot to do with it. And to be honest, like stuff is it's different, man. Like it's just different. Like every like nothing. The way that we grew up and like the stuff that we may have gotten in trouble for when we were younger, these kids aren't doing that. So it's like, like we might have stayed out late or something like that, or might have lost a key here and there. Like nobody care about that no more. Like no, I just think the times have changed.
So for me, it has seemed, like I said, the villages definitely is different. And I do got a question for you after I lay this on the table. The villages are indeed different now. A lot of the hoods that you grew up in, they're now gentrified. It's like if you was to go to certain neighborhoods where I grew up in, it's mixed races. It's not just everybody from the hood live there now. I mean, it's definitely mixed cultures and mixed races. That's different. I mean, you don't want Susan chastising your child or whatever the case may be. But I also don't think that it's about chastising your child. It's also about being that role model in the community as well. Like, for example, if you see somebody, like, for example, I know for sure that if I was doing something bad and my neighbor would see me doing something bad, she'd be like, yo, Stefan or Boo Boo or Khalil, I see what you're doing, I'm going to tell your mom. I feel like that's missing too. Like that's gone. Because
a lot of times they didn't even tell your mom. They just put the fear in you to stop doing it. Like,
exactly. So it's like scare tag. That's to me that's needed, because again it's more than one set of eyes. You know what I mean? If you see Lord John with the dope boys and you don't want him, you know what they're about. You used to say something. Now it's just people like minding their business, or what they'll do is they'll run to social media and post it on social media. See these badass kids running up on the block, blah, blah, blah.
But I think that also goes with the times changing, because if you see such and such with the dope boys and you say something, and then they, well, F you, this, that, and third, they start shooting at you, then what? So and I think, like, and it's not just, the village hasn't changed just because of the adults. It changed because of the younger adults as well.
True. Want to interject, brother?
Just thinking about what you said, just thinking about like the neighbor being able to tell your parent. I think more so than the neighbor being able to tell your parent, I think that it's about relationships. Like if we're being serious about like doing something about it, like you got to build relationships. Like I feel like there's people, if I see certain kids who I know who I built a relationship with, and they're out there on the corner with these people who I know they shouldn't be with, I can go and talk to them personally. Mm-hmm. But that's about building a relationship. But you can't build relationships with people you don't know. Like you have to. I think that like at the end of the day, if you're not in relationship with people, if you like the community is in relationship with each other, then there's no way you can talk to somebody else's child. Like if we walk outside right now, we don't know any of these kids out here. Like so, but if you got an old headed neighbor who knows them, they can tell them like, yo, this ain't right. You shouldn't be with them. But once again, it goes back to like we relationship people. So everything is built on like creating relationships, positive, affirming relationships with kids.
Yeah.
Where did the village go?
What happened to the villages of the past?
What happened to the village of the past? I think circles got smaller, and trust got a little more tighter. A lot of dudes ain't solid nowadays. So all that the scare tactics don't really work because people business be getting out there now. So a lot of young boys might look at the quote unquote OG, which it ain't too many. We are the OGs now, but the ones that's like slightly ahead of us, the 40-year-olds, it ain't too many of them no more. Some of them dead, and a lot of them ain't solid. I ain't got as many OG. I'm 34. I ain't got as many OGs as I had when I was 14 because I realized a lot of niggas ain't solid. Mm-hmm. So I had to grow into my own OG, and which is why I was like, yo, let's have the young people on, see what they, you know what I mean? And I wish we guys, I still want your little cousin. Original people. I still want Trey and his homie. I still want them back. How is his homie?
Fine, I guess. I didn't ask about him after that. Trey was sick, so I wasn't even, not to be rude, I just wasn't thinking about young boy.
Yeah, but like we the OGs now, and it's like the OGs ain't solid. Like so that like all those things, like you can't trust your neighbors no more. You there's no OGs to look out for anybody anymore. Like all the old people on the block are they ain't even looking out no more. They really being nosy. So like all that created a trust factor, which made your circle get smaller. Mm-hmm. Circle in turn being the village. So I think the village just got smaller. Like Shara called our village the tribe, but our shit ain't like, I don't know everybody on my block like I did when I was 7-8 years old. Yeah, like that's because my circle got smaller, my tribe got smaller. I only can really trust my family now. Shit, now I can't really trust them either sometimes. Like, so I really can only trust the immediate people that's right next to me, that's always been here. Like, you ever think about it, like, you probably got friends that became your circle as opposed to people you knew for, like, you could have a friend that you met 5 years ago that's in your circle now, because everything that they've been doing for them 5 years has been solid. But you knew Omar, and you knew Tariq, and you knew Miss Judy, and you knew Mr. Elroy for years, and they ain't stayed solid since you was like 4 years old. You 30 plus now, and they didn't stay who they were supposed to be. Like your circle changed because your trust levels change. Like you start getting older, you start seeing stuff, and stuff you start molding your circle or your village into something that's really meaningful to you. You can't go off of, unfortunately, you can't go off of what the village was, what the village was taught to you. You can't really go off of that no more, because like y'all said, times change, but like thorough people change. Like I bored our neighbor across the street. She don't even know how to talk. When Miss Lisa died, she didn't even know that I didn't know Miss Lisa died. She walked over and was just like, you know Lisa died, right? Straight like, you know Lisa died, right? Like, damn, how you know I ain't even like, what if I didn't know? And Miss Lisa ain't fuck with none of y'all for real. She only rock with me and Shar and probably the other lady on the corner, Miss Rhonda. Right. She ain't rock with none of y'all. So what if I didn't know Miss Lisa died? Like so, and that's I don't want to say a name like a grandson, somebody probably listening, but like what if she like she that's the type of time she be on? How I'm gonna trust her if that's the type of time you want? Lisa died, so what if I died? No, Anthony died, right? He done left that girl in the house with 2 babies. Shit like that the village was not. That wasn't the village back in the day.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So
I know we normally don't talk about current events that often, but it kind of leads to this.
I ain't even mad at you.
You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't even mad at you.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The village back in the day, I think honestly would have prevented them kids from doing what they did to the old head.
Yeah, because he
Yeah. I heard about that.
They would have looked up to him for real. They would have made sure he got home. Like if he had bad, I couldn't really tell by the video, but if he had if he was carrying anything, they would have. You know what I mean? And that's why I really like.
But see, he was one of the old heads that looked like one of the young old heads.
Yeah, he was a fly ass old
and
head.
the beard all out, man. Look like he go to church on Sunday. Hey, young brother, like got the cane and everything.
And it's
like,
weird that we come across only. Do you know another 70-year-old like that besides Mr. Hiram?
I think Mr. Hiram might be the only 70-year-old that I could just think off the top of my head like
that's still moving out in the.
Yeah.
How old is Pop? Red's
60.
like 60. Yeah, you know what I mean? Lord willing, he get up to them 70s and them 80s,
Right.
and still be rocking out the way. Reggie, he be dancing and shit like that.
Well, Reggie, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So we. You know, back in the day, they used to be like, yo, as young boys, we used to be like, we just want to make it to 21. But when we see people like Mr. Hiram, see people like Reg, we be like,
Bro, I cried when I turned 21, cuz.
Fuck 21. Like, I want to make it to 71.
Bro,
Like,
I cried.
You know what I mean?
I cried 21, 25, and 30 because they milestones,
Yeah,
especially
real
where we
right.
from. Like that's a milestone.
Bro, right.
But yeah, when I was reading, I was like, and then you find out the ages.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, damn.
Yeah, that's right.
It would have been different because again, we would have been cool with the old head, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody would have stopped it, jumped in, helped the old
yeah,
head out, something like that.
yeah,
And
just
not just be sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna mind my business.
So let me ask y'all this then. I necessarily don't think you can blame the parents.
No, in a lot of situations, you can't blame the parents.
And
but
that goes
do
back to
blame
the joint when
parents.
I forgot exactly what I was saying, but y'all was like, yo, you can't think like that because
It
you're doing everything
had something to do with T.Y.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
I remember
you're
that
doing
episode.
everything that you can. So sometimes, when I go on the internet and I see a million comments of people just blaming the parents, I'm like, dog, like sometimes young boys just out here being young boys, like.
Yeah.
No, I didn't go cracking no old head upside his head, but I definitely on mischief night was out here wilding.
Throwing eggs at people's houses.
Frozen eggs.
Oh no, y'all's drunk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that wasn't my mom and my pop raised me right, and I had both parents, but I still was out there on mischief night with frozen eggs.
I used to throw eggs at the bus for fun, just because that joint used to ride down the side of my house. I had no reason, bro. Like no reason at all. Just throwing eggs.
Just wasted.
Did you get your ass off for wasting food?
You know, so I was always like,
where all the eggs go? Cook some.
I bought a dozen yesterday. You cooked them all?
Cook them all.
No, you gotta throw like 2 at a time.
That's all I've been eating. I seen Mike
Tyson.
Tyson. He drunk eggs raw. I just started drinking raw. No, not Mike Tyson. I was watching Rocky. Rocky drunk eggs. Go ahead. Come on. Dumbass excuse like that. Like as young boys, we used to do wild shit, but not like that, dog. And then I think the other young boy that killed the boy on the blue line was like
I just
14, 15 years old.
I just want y'all to know that I was on the train this morning, and then when I realized where I was, I had like a little minor panic attack. Like, yo, if somebody shoot me, cuz.
Yeah, I mean.
So then when I got back on the train, you know, you be like, doors are open. No, I'm waiting. Like, I'm not about to just walk out and just, nope.
Definitely understand. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the next, next question I got online. And I'm coming to you first. And I know this is probably not true. I don't know. I just want to get your opinion on it. Are the loved ones that's a part of your village allowed to chastise your children?
The ones that's a part of my village, and that's why I said that it depends on what chastising look like to you. Y'all heard me say last week that I ain't beat T.Y. since he was like 6. But I don't think none of the kids right now in our family get beatings. As a matter of fact, all the kids in our family is pretty good, for real, for real. Like, of course, they all did like weird shit, like the bullet situation, stuff like that. But yeah, like they all pretty good. And like, one thing I really admire about Ty, and unfortunately is because he went through, I ain't gonna say he went through, me and his mom put him in certain situations to make him see certain things. I think that's why he's such a protector. And I ain't gonna hold you. Like 2 weeks ago, I asked Ty, say, yo, if we move to another state, would you want to come with us and you go to school and then you come back to your mom in the summertime? When he was like, I ain't gonna lie, Dad, I think I would rather stay here, but I would definitely come with y'all in the summertime. That shit kind of hurt me. Because I was like, damn, like, I know, he know that I want to put him in a better situation. But his mentality of being a protector at
Over
fucking 12 years old is like, at 12 years old, I was wanting to be the next fucking AI. I was not trying to be no protector of my mom.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel even bad because I grew up with both of my parents until my parents got divorced at 18. So me and his mom ain't never been together. He ain't never see us together. So all he seen was me with another girl and her with another nigga and us going back and forth and So I already feel like the blame. Again, this is why some of them things I just feel like I'm to blame, because it's like, I can't. What if he did turn out different? Like one of them young boys. See what I'm saying? Like,
but see, that's one of the times where you should, as a parent, be able to pat yourself on the back. You're doing a fucking hell of a job.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, it's hard as shit. You're a parent. It's hard as shit to see these things, though.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
Like,
probably, yeah.
And then go home and see your child like. He's a whole defense mechanism for real. Like, T.Y. is a defense mechanism. Like, yeah, he still has a childhood, but behind that childhood, behind that closed door, it's a whole defense mechanism. It's a whole protector right there. Yo, I love basketball. Dad, can Brian teach me? But behind that shit is a whole, I gotta protect my mom, I gotta protect my brothers, I gotta protect my little sister.
But I think that's natural for an older child. Like, I think it's like, I don't want to say it's a phase, because some grow out of it and some don't, but like, you're naturally going to be a protector of your sibling.
All right, so let me ask you, because at what age did well, shit, both of y'all,
I get what you're going. Yeah, go ahead.
So you, of course you did, because your pop wasn't around and your pop was in and out. So I grew up with both of my parents. So I think that's why I feel like that, because like I had never had to go through the protection phase. Of course I got a little sister. I got two little sisters. I got a mom. I got an aunt. I got a wife. Yes, of course I'm gonna be a protector. But at that young age where it's like, no, everything I do gotta be protecting them. Like, did y'all feel that same way as well when y'all was young?
To be honest with you, no, not till I turned like 16, 17. Because I don't feel like you said, I don't feel like a lot of the kids these days had the same childhood that we had, where it was carefree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a carefree childhood. What I mean by carefree, it was I was able to go to
Sidebar, I didn't ask you because I know you got all bros.
Mm-hmm.
All y'all big black ghouls.
She got a sister too.
Oh, you got a sister?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, my sister's a lot younger. Like, my sister just is going to college this year. She's turning 18 in October. So it was a nice gap between, like, I was a senior in high school when she was born.
Oh, okay.
So the dynamic was a little bit different. But to the older, I had older brothers, so I never was in that like, they was like, you know, in terms of like sibling protect, like they was the protector in terms of protecting your sibling. Mm-hmm. I was the youngest for so long. I was never in that specific situation. I made the face when Steph was like, he just had a carefree childhood. And I think that goes back to like romanticizing like the past. Like, I can't speak for you. I don't think any of us had a carefree childhood that I know. Like, people I know didn't have a carefree childhood.
So that's why I was about to get into
growing up in the hood.
Yeah. Like,
no,
yeah.
technically, no, you
Yeah.
didn't have a carefree.
Yeah.
Because you're growing up in the hood.
And I think that a lot of times we also just didn't talk about a lot of the shit that was really going on. So like if you was to like unpack all the shit that was going on with your family, like you don't know, like sometimes when you 10, 12, maybe you don't realize like we really poor. Like because everybody around you poor, so maybe you don't get it. But I think like when you start to like, really
you get older
reflect
and
start thinking about like, no, like none of us was carefree. Like all of us was dealing with the most childhood trauma, the most like stuff that, but at the time I think the difference now is like we're kids and people are more willing to say it now. Yeah. Like before, we just like just keep moving, keep going, push through,
pushing,
keep it to yourself. I think that we're now moving to a place where like people feel more comfortable talking about the issues that they have. Like Ty, even if he's not saying explicitly, he's like you can sense like his mind is I need to protect. So I just think kids are more verbalizing their emotions and their thought processes. But I think that a lot of us, if we really are like self-reflective, like no, that shit really wasn't carefree. We still went out to the rec and hoop, but like. When we got home, shit was still real. Like kids being more aware and more like thoughtful. Like I remember like I was really young, like around kindergarten age. We lived with a relative, we lived with a cousin, right? Mm-hmm. And in my mind, like, we just went and moved in with our cousin. I spent like my whole kindergarten year, we was living with my cousin. We was homeless. Like that, like we didn't like in your mind you don't like when you're a kid you don't think about like no we're living here because we got put out of our crib, we had nowhere else to go. Correct. So in your mind you 5 you 6 you just playing at you at your cousin's house. That ain't good. But like no bro,
you every day.
Like you homeless. That's why you here. You ain't got no other options. So
I always wanted to live with my cousin.
So when I say carefree, I'm obviously I knew like what was happening around me, right? But it was one of those things where my parent grinded so hard to allow me to still have a childhood. Mm-hmm. She didn't like say, "Oh, I'm gonna be going for these 2 days, or whatever." Not 2 days, but the whole day to go work, watch the sisters. No, it was, all right. I gotta work this double. Y'all gonna go to grandma's house around the corner, and your grandma's gonna watch y'all, and then I'm gonna come pick y'all up after my double shift. So the onus wasn't on me to elevate to that status.
So the mindset was carefree.
Yeah, the mindset was
not the physical.
Exactly. It was like, okay, I can go to grandma's house. I can still do my homework. If they need help with their homework, they can either ask me or they can ask grandma. Grandma gonna cook dinner. While we finish doing our homework, we either watch cartoons or we can go play in the playground. When grandma calls us, get your ass. My grandma was going to tell us to, take a shower, etc., etc. I didn't have to be like, all right, y'all, time to go to bed, time to eat. Yeah. It was more so of I had an actual childhood where I get to do the things that I was able, like a child should be able to do. Yeah, and I think that's like that village is a luxury because like when y'all talked briefly about like, do you blame the parents for that situation? Like I know parents who have a 14 and a 10-year-old and they work overnight. And part of the reason why they work at night is because they want to be able to take their kids to school. They want to be there when they get home from school. Mm-hmm. So, but that means like the 14-year-old, you're responsible overnight. Mm-hmm. So it's like I think sometimes like we like if that parent was at work and like, hey, I was like I don't have a grandmom around the corner that I could take them to. Mm-hmm. Like so I think sometimes we gotta like realize people's situation is different. Like we just spent the last year and a half teaching on Zoom prior to the school year. Like and that gave you a really window to
I meant what to kids ask them that, like how did that whole school transformation affect them? I forgot to ask them that last week.
Yeah, and it gave me a window to like these kids' lives. Like it was legit 12, 13-year-olds who was taking care of younger siblings. Like hold on, I can't do this work right now. I gotta go make sure my 5-year-old doing his homework. So I think that like, sometimes like having that grandma, is a luxury like that. Sometimes people, regardless because of situations, just don't have.
So Rome, same question. Are the loved ones that's a part of your village, would they be allowed to chastise your child?
So it's kind of tough because I don't have kids. So it's one of them things where like the people that I'm around, I'll take y'all for example. I know that if my child is in the wrong, y'all not just going to say something or act a certain way just because. You see what I'm saying? Like, I talk about, like, I joke with B all the time because, like, I grew up with B. So it's like, yo, I know you in real life. So it's like me seeing you as a teacher is still wild to me because, like, you got a sense of humor, but you got to be serious. So B just be like, he give looks. So what you not going to do, and it's a look. And they just be like, shit. So it's like, I be looking at B like, I can't take this thing serious because they go to crack him in his head, but I can't, like, I can't say nothing because, like, this is your profession, bro.
No.
So, like, when I work at the school and I'm looking at B, I'm like, I can't even say nothing. I'm just like, see him in the hallway, like, yo, you was out of pocket, bro. No, because they be turning up. I get it. Like, I can't really laugh, you know. But like even like I don't. I've seen you with your kids. I've seen B with his kids. Y'all are about, and I say kids because it's not just your daughter. It's not just, you know, like, it's the kids in the school. They look up to y'all. TY looks up to you. So it's like, even when there's something crazy going on, you still know how to handle it to a point. I'm not just going to go upside your head. I'm just going to two-piece you just because. Like, it's not like, yo, we're going to have a conversation. You're going to demand respect. You're going to give me respect, and I'm going to respect you as well. So I don't see, like, anybody, like, in my circle just like, yo, come here. He ain't doing nothing. Like, we joke all the time, yo, when TY going to put his hands on you, we're going to roll on it. Not touching your son. But it's like, I mean, if I'm in the room and he like, pat, pat.
No, if you in the room and he boop by me and I fall, you better put big ass hands on me.
But it's like it's one of it's one of them jokes. It's like, yo,
like, you can't fuck.
But it's like it's one of them jokes. Like, I like the people in my circle. I don't see them just like being like overly aggressive and just being like, oh, I'm about to just abuse your child. Like, what are we doing, cuz? Right. Like, it's no way. So with that being said, I wouldn't have an issue with it.
Yeah, and it's crazy like, how that was a part of the village. Like, nobody ever like hit me when I was a young boy, but it was the scare tactic, or it was the. I think I probably got gripped up by my arm.
I definitely got gripped up.
Yeah,
I got popped. Like, one of my aunts slapped me once, like, pow. Tell my mom, like,
I mean, like one of the old ladies on my grandma block.
I got told all the time. I've been there. At B house one day when I was a young boy, and this is why I respect Reg.
Is this unbooping or still?
No, I'm not. I don't got time for the boops. I tell the story, and I don't care. And I think we was playing ball, and you hear Reg leave that boy alone. Reg literally called my mom. Come get your son. He about to get his ass whooped because he keep messing with people. And I'm hearing it. I'm like, I'm about to get my ass whooped. I'm tough man. That boy lit my ass up.
Who's this?
I don't.
He delete you?
He what? No, it's a difference. No. He lit that ass up. It's different. Like, we was like playing ball. I got poked in the eye. So he did it on purpose. It started a whole situation. Boy, didn't want to fight me. I'm trying to fight, trying to be a tough guy. Reg, leave that boy alone. He didn't want to fight. He gonna fuck you up. Like, I hear Reg saying it.
Young boy Victor, I still remember. Right on Linton Street.
Right on Linton. Put my ass from Linton back to the driveway and channels. And guess what Reg said?
Wait.
I told your ass.
How did you get from point A to point B? Was you running?
No, I didn't. So it was like we was like walking. Like, I'm trying to fight.
You ain't never been in a fight that lasts from one party?
Right, bro, I'm so dumb though, because I'm trying to fight you.
All this shit. Yeah. Boy, you sliding back.
Bro, I'm trying to fight you and I already can't see. Like, I was poked in my eye. Lit that ass up.
You know, that ass was getting hit no matter what.
Good eye and eye.
2020. It probably was. Like, I'm not
2020 vision, he was still catching.
His punches and bunches, baby. Like, I'm not.
Is he a boxer now or something?
I don't know what he is, but I know he whooped that ass that day.
Just wasted time on that nigga.
No, but like, I mean, it's like we was
playing.
Cool, like,
I don't know smoke that. You know smoke. I got kids, nigga. I got kids.
We would get into it, like, but it's like it was never like on that time. Lit that ass up. It's no shame my game. Let that ass can't beat me now, no. But he lit that ass up then. That ass lit.
So, would you let somebody chastise your kids? Your loved ones?
It depends.
Do you chastise your nieces?
Were you not there?
So again goes into the form of or the how you or what's your version of chastising.
Okay.
When did I chastise my nieces?
When they was at the house and they was doing something and he was like, "Hey, stop, sit down."
Yeah, so I'm a yeller.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna put my hands.
I'm a yeller.
I'm not gonna put my hands on them because I feel like when it comes to
You don't like pluck hands or nothing.
no, because I feel like I pluck harder shit.
Not even a pop.
So I would do this.
The fuck outta here. That's not a pluck, nigga.
To me,
it's a pluck. No, man, you boy.
That's a whole pop.
Yeah, like what's up with
Okay,
you?
well I would pop them.
Yeah,
I
like
wouldn't pluck them.
you think I was about to let you pop me? Nigga, you a boop.
But no, I would never hit my nieces. And it honestly has nothing to do with how I was chastised as a kid. It's just more nowadays that
Hey, niece is number one.
yeah, they niece is number one.
Do you have any nephews?
Yeah, I got a nephew.
How old is
You
he?
do?
Yeah, Amari.
Oh yeah, because he got your, his middle name is your name, or
Yeah,
so, okay.
Amari Khalil.
Gotcha.
How old is he?
4.
Oh, okay.
You never ask those questions. It would be no. I don't know. None of my nieces and
I
nephews.
ain't know you
None
had
of them.
a nephew.
But yeah, so yeah, I would never.
You be finding out shit. You got a sister. You got a nephew.
But yeah, I would
Anything
never.
you want something?
I would never chastise them simply because, again, like I feel like if I was when I become a parent, if I ever become a parent, I'll be one of those parents that if I was to pop my child and they start crying, I'm gonna start crying. Like, pow! Oh my God, didn't mean to do it. Come here.
Yo, I can't wait for you that kid.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, sometimes a pop is necessary. My G,
I mean, sometimes it's necessary, but you know, like for example, like I feel like girls. When it comes to
wait
girls,
till the child is sitting in the fucking high chair and he beam fucking his plate of spaghetti at the wall.
So my nieces, my other nieces,
Well, throw that spaghetti right back to that hand.
my other nieces, Monty and Monty sister kids or whatever, right? When they the thing is, when I do something to them or when they do something bad or wrong, and I get on them, their world is over. Like it's just.
I mean, typically for a female, if a male you raise their voice, then it's like, oh my God.
And that's what it is. It's just that, like the other day when they was here, I was like, no, don't do that. Don't touch Uncle Steph's stuff. And you know how kids get, they put their hand right here and they start biting on their lip. Her eyes got teary eyed. I was like, oh shit.
Come here.
Come here.
Sucker.
You definitely is sucker. You could have just said something in a stern way, like or a firm way. Like, listen, I ain't mean it like that, but you ain't had to go. You ain't had to do that though.
And I gave her and
a snack.
She was begging her to touch your shit.
Nope.
Fuck you.
I ain't gonna do it.
No fuss.
Hero gonna be like, I'm gonna step out. He give out snacks.
definitely. You want some sugar cookies? We got the ones with the unicorns on them.
Yo, you a nut.
My kid's not allowed around you.
But no, I'm definitely not going. So I think honestly, like you were saying last week, that alternate methods are definitely going to be needed with the times. Ain't no more getting your ass beat by your mom, getting your ass beat by your uncle, getting your ass beat by your aunt, getting your ass beat by your grandma no more. I mean, because I've experienced that. I mean,
My grandma never beat.
I was like, damn, one ass whooping wasn't enough. Like, long story short, my dumb ass, my aunt locked me in my room. How can you get locked in the room? I was 6 at the time. I thought she locked me in the room.
This is little stuff.
But my mom had a phone in my room in case of emergencies. And I could only call her phone or my grandma. Right? My aunt locked me in my room. That week at school, firefighter week. Cop week.
And you told him?
Huh?
And you told him?
I called the cops on my aunt for locking me
Bro, this boy, this boy done snitched on too many people, guys. Hey, yo. Bro, you snitching about 6 other people. I got one snitch I know about.
When you say his name. He's a snitch. Yo, write that down.
bro, it's already getting written down, bro.
She wasn't my mother. The fuck you locked? The fuck you locking? And the reason why I said locking me in my room is because I was a dumbass. Because
what was the lock? The slam of the door? Like if she slammed the door?
No.
Said go in your room and said boom.
Wait,
the boom was the lock.
And then she said,
no. When I mean by lock the door,
Was it a lock on the door?
yes. But you know how some doors you can turn the lock and close the door. My dumb ass, I'm inside. I can unlock the door. I was 6. I wasn't using my brain.
he was a dumbass 6-year-old.
Bitch locked me in my room. Got
And the lock is on your side.
got something for her.
That's still cool to this day.
Huh?
That's still cool.
Mine? Yeah. What you gonna do? Get mad at me? I'm
No, I'm
6.
saying, are y'all cool today? Like,
Yeah.
all right. So she could laugh at this story too.
Yeah.
She like, what's your name?
I'm not gonna say her name.
Auntie.
It's a.
Nut ass thing.
I got beef for that too. My mom beat me
You got to beat him because okay, I got you. Yeah,
because they came.
they were supposed to.
What did
You
you
called
say? What did you? Yo.
He said, help, I'm
Find
lost, I
that
don't
fucking
know where I am.
911 call.
That shit probably burned in the archives somewhere. That shit
They probably got an archive full of kids.
Shit was 96.
Huh?
Enjoy that city hall.
What?
Lala called the cops on her because she didn't give her no cookies. But she didn't make it to like tell the police what she wanted.
Oh no.
Because somebody was like calling her in the back room.
Oh no.
She hung up and they still came.
So
So when they came, she literally like my mom was like,
Steph said he made the call.
yep.
and she
Did the call.
literally had to tell the cops why she called them. And the cops was like telling her like,
Can I get the
"That's
emergency,
not what we're
please?"
for."
This lady has kidnapped me and she has me locked in this room.
This lady.
This lady. My mom
She
woke
wasn't
up.
crying or nothing.
This lady kidnapped me and she locked me in a room.
She getting at you too?
Yep.
You got you. Next. I'm not doing this.
Yo.
No, my mom woke up. The cops was banging on the door. My mom woke up. After the cops left, my mom wore my ass up.
Out.
Took my TV and my game.
Bro, you got your game taken from the age of 6 to 16.
No, I didn't. That's cap.
Bro, was you like 16 when she
I was 13.
all right, from 6 to 13. Because at 13
Justify
you
the
was
shit
good.
like it make it better. Don't make it no better.
Why not? Learn my
I got a
ways.
couple games taken too. I
Yeah.
had one taken and sold. You hear me? It's bad.
Oh, that's bad. Like
I've had a couple taken and sold. Not for
That's why I want to play the game now.
not for reasons. Not for good reasons either.
Stuff like, man, I'm tired of playing the game. I won't play. It's ball
Bro, how has your village shaped you to become who you are today?
I would say that it gave me like that never like the village shaped me to like keep pressing, keep going, not to like give up even when you feel like you can't do it. I'm not like super good at managing money, but I can prioritize.
Tashira did say that about you.
But
On
that I
the
can
Wives
prioritize.
episode, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really good with like prioritizing. If I'm broke, it's just because I just ain't got it. Like, and it's like my mom tried to like teach me saving, but I think it's one of them things she tried to teach me saving because she knew that was the right thing to do because she didn't start learning how to save until she got older. So like right around where she was probably like 40 something, or yeah, she's like 40 something by the time she got the house. And I think like after that, like when she was on that process to get the house, is when she started like learning how to save and stuff like that.
Yo, that's not to cut you off, but that's the people ahead of us, like the generation ahead of us, they ain't start getting cribs till they was about like 40, 50.
Yeah.
And then you gotta pay that shit off in 30 years.
Wait, but hold up though. So I got one in my ear telling me to save, right? And then the other person in the village telling you can't take the money with you. And you know where I'm going with this. Like, you can't take the money with you. I'm not saving. What? So like, do you save? Do you not save? Do you just prioritize your whole life? Like, so they definitely was hands on with that. And just like I guess like trying it, like learning from your mistakes, and then just like progressing forward. Like I think that's part of, like that's what I've learned from my village growing up.
Yeah.
How to be a rapper.
Yeah, actually, been rapping since I was 8. Family full of fucking rappers. How did my village shape me to who I became today? I guess being family oriented. That's number one. Like if any of my family think I'm just distant now, it's because like I look at peace a little different. Not saying like my family is not my peace, but like being by myself and creating with my immediate family now, that's my peace. That's like my number one piece. My rest of my family is my second piece. So it's definitely being family oriented.
You said protect your tree.
Yeah.
He said that like last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you're right. Other would be I think they made me a solid individual.
You alright?
Like that was a good one. It made me pretty solid, man. Morals, integrity, all that is that's like automatic in our bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
So and I would love for it to be like other stuff like finances and like a serious hustle. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm a hustler, but I'm a hustler in what I do. So if I got a job, I'm hustling at my job.
Right.
It was never taught to like have multiple incomes and stuff like that. Like I don't know. Like my pop and my uncle got a house. I've yet to be at that house. I don't know, like shit. The only thing I do know is if my dad died and my uncle died, me and my cousin Janae are the next ones up to run that house.
So you're just gonna keep it like on.
Yeah, I guess. Like that's the other thing. I guess. Like I don't know. Like I haven't even talked to Janae about this shit. I barely see Janae. Like
I never even know you had a cousin named Janae.
You know how your mom and your dad got best friends.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh yeah.
So Uncle Jum is my dad's best friend. We call him Uncle Jum all life, but his niece is the one who.
Gotcha.
And I think I found that out on the humbug. That wasn't even like a conversation piece. That was just like, oh yeah, Janae, if Uncle Jum died, Janae. Yeah, like it was one of them Jones. But like I wasn't taught to like be a hustler all around the board. Like my cousins, them niggas got like 5 different talents, like each. I just know how to rap and work.
I would have to disagree with you on that. I feel like we got more talent. I mean, you may not see it as a talent, but your organization skills, a lot of niggas don't have organization skills. Your ideas and your grand scheme of seeing things rather than, you know.
Definitely a creative boy.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
I don't know about the organization. I don't know what the fuck Steph's talking about.
But
Thank you. I never noticed
for
that.
helping me and you're a quick learner. I love that about you.
Oh, he loves it. Oh.
What's wrong, man?
I love it because I don't got to edit over.
Oh. He says I love it. Oh my god, I love it.
Stupid. No, I appreciate it. I never noticed that. Like I never noticed that. Yeah, I mean, I need to start learning how to fucking monetize this shit.
Shit. Listen. Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, just being solid all across the board, being family oriented. I guess you could say rapping, or I guess, or music. Like I really do love music. Like I love all types of music. Like I don't just love hip hop. I love sounds, all that shit. So the second I get some money, I'm buying one of them beat machines. I'm an ad producer under my belt.
Brian, same question for you, sir.
Yeah. So, I think.
He took the brother off.
Yeah. That fell off at the hour too.
Yeah. So be an hour too.
Yeah,
So yeah.
Definitely. I think my village shaped me in a really interesting way. I think it actually showed me that like this idea of family like literally has very little to do with blood. like if you know a little bit about my family, it's about
Ooh,
like
that hurt?
no,
Sorry.
you good, bro.
No, you just spoke to my soul, nigga.
Like,
All right.
like my family, like they made a choice. They made a choice to really love and like support and buy in with people when they didn't have to. Like there was no blood relation, there was no legal relation, but they loved them unconditionally. So, and if you know anything about how I move now, like I think that's a big part. Like, I model that part of what I was taught, like that. You know, relationships and caring has very little to do with blood. It's about connections, about you know, just affirming each other and just looking out for one another, regardless of what the DNA, what the blood say. It's
You
just
said
about,
affirming each other?
yeah.
Keep going, boy.
He's a little violent today, man.
No, because
Yeah, but that's one of the main things I definitely think that from my village that shaped me, and it really it manifests itself in the way that I move and operate today.
Solid. So for me, it definitely.
stupid. Why? Like, why, bro?
What happened?
I was about to say something, but go ahead. No, it was going. No, go ahead. You do it.
So for me, it's
You stupid.
it definitely did shape me. It brought the camaraderie, because I mean, obviously in the village that I had, it was all for one for all. You know what I mean, everybody was part of a team. It was sacrifice. My village has literally taught me to sacrifice. You know what I mean, doing for others what you want others to do for you. You know what I mean, looking out for each other. Under this exterior, I am literally a teddy bear. Like, I know I can come off as an asshole.
Definitely an asshole.
But my village has taught me how to love.
Couldn't get no damn juice.
Want some juice?
No, I'm not
I
thirsty.
can make you some juice.
No, I don't
Oh,
make
you
it.
gonna make it too? Oh,
want
that's love. That's love.
I came prepared.
Want a little bit.
That's carbonated, my
Want
man.
a little bit of liquor in there. I was yeah, all right. But yeah, it definitely taught me how to love, and to.
That's the boo boo in you.
Yeah, I really do think so. I mean, because that's what everybody called me in the neighborhood and shit, in the village.
Do you know that Boo Boo was a little ass teddy bear?
Yeah.
Change the narrative, man.
You a big
Change the
motherfucker.
narrative, my dog.
Did I tell y'all a story why I got the nickname?
That's what I said.
Just tell her it's okay.
Sports.
Damn.
Can't let that man have his moment.
He did tell me. Yes, you did.
I'm joking. I think you did say it on the pop. I
No,
don't
you
remember.
did.
Like,
That's
I don't
exactly why I
remember.
said that's the boo boo in you.
Yeah. So, long story short, when my mom used to buy me shit.
What? Say he's doing that story anyway.
Cause I'm just trying to bring his memory back, yo.
Bro, I go back. It's okay. I can go back and listen.
Forget it, man.
I know it started from your grandma. It was like a nickname for me. I know.
Go
it
ahead,
started.
man. Go ahead.
Fuck it. I'm being like wrong. I don't want to tell a story.
My man.
I won't tell a story no more. Next person.
Next caller.
Are we even going that far? We're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go home, but get the fuck out of here. But no, it definitely showed me how to love, and it definitely it was a major part of me growing up and being who I am. So
Can I just pose a question? I don't mean to go off.
you ain't those
thing. Yeah. No. So on that same thing, we talk about like how your village shaped you. Is there anything that y'all had to like unlearn from your village? Like what's some stuff that you had to like the village got this wrong?
talking to souls.
I'm gonna go first. One of the things that I had to unlearn is that everybody is not out to get you.
Facts.
You have people who
y'all
genuinely love, people who genuinely care. And if I'm being honest, bro, and people might hear it, they might feel how they, whatever. Just in terms of like, we were raised differently, right? And it wasn't until I got older I started to, be around your village, right? And that's when I begin to see stuff differently a little bit. Because it's
What
like,
you mean
all
you're a
right.
village?
So, of course, like
You mean like, was you talking to him?
I'm talking to him.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So,
all right.
like, of course, like you got like, and it's crazy, but you know how it's one big family,
Mm-hmm.
but you got this crew, you got that crew, you got that crew, you got that
Always.
crew. And it should never be that way.
Black family.
It should never be that way. However, growing up, I understand why it's that way. It's that way because I'm here trying to do this, you're here trying to do that. The mindsets are different. And if I try to go back and pull you up,
The love is also geared differently
Correct.
as well.
correct. So if I
Crazy.
try to go back and pull you up, you're offended because, oh, you think you better than me. No, it's not that I think I'm better than you, but it's like, I'm here. I want you to be here
I'm
with
gearing the love that's supposed to be
You see what
here
I'm saying?
this way, but you're
Right.
not accepting it because we so accustomed to you play
Correct.
too much. You play too
No,
much.
like I said, I don't know if I told y'all, like, literally, at my cousin's funeral after I danced, my aunt hugged me, and that's the first time I can ever remember her hugging me.
Mhm.
And it's just like, yo, do you get mad? Do you take in a moment? Like, do you get emotional? Like, what you do? And it's just like, so it's like, you know, I had to unlearn, like, yo, people not out to get you. Like, people actually want to see you grow or progress.
So for me, I had to unlearn that just because you come from the hood don't mean you got to be that hard ass nigga. Like, you don't have to be that
You're
person.
33 diamond. You're in the hood.
You don't. Only a 33 guy, man.
I mean, the real hood, not the rat boy. I'm joking, bro.
But yeah, but
20
yeah,
seconds
you
or
just,
something. I don't know.
you.
It was North though, right?
It was
What?
definitely North Philly.
Yeah. Tuck and Gerard.
Nigga.
He said it ain't much different than 33 diamonds. What he's saying? Like,
Listen. But yeah, I mean, because I always had that mean mugging face, and it's weird because it wasn't until I was like in college where I was joking and we was laughing and busting up with people, with friends, where someone's like, "Yo, you should smile more. You have a beautiful smile." And I was like, "Shut up! You just trying to get my panties? Just joking."
Hey,
But-
yo.
A dude said this
No,
or
it
a
was
girl?
a girl.
No.
I would
So
hope.
I wasn't going that way. No,
But it was a girl.
because no, because that's the, like, as an adult, like, if a dude would tell me that, I wouldn't think that he trying to be on some shit.
Yeah.
I would think the way my mind is right now, he sees something that I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm at that stage in my life where, like, if somebody tell me something, I can visualize it a different way. That's why I asked that. I wasn't
But
trying to
yeah,
be.
but no, but all joking aside, and she said that, and it just hit me. I was like, "Damn, do I always have this? What they call it now, RBF?"
you dressed him.
Just say RNS.
I listen. RBF, RNF, whatever. I feel what it is either way.
FREE.
But yeah, because like I said, you may have the best intentions in the world, but if I'm a like let's just say hypothetically somebody's in trouble, and if you going up to them like stone face, the fuck, I don't want your help. You probably coming to hurt me too. But no, like, I just had to learn that, like, it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to feel. I felt that. Steps to do. But no, I definitely learned that, and I'm glad I actually did, because it helped me. It helped me connect with my brothers here, my sisters more, explain certain things to my mom, have a beautiful marriage. So letting that stoic face or that, you know, that hard exterior go definitely is something that I had to unlearn.
Alright, so one thing I had to learn.
Unlearn?
Alright, so one thing I had to unlearn. Alright, so mine is not really something I had to unlearn. It's something I had to learn. I had to learn how to learn people. Just because they family don't mean you know them. Just because, like, y'all grew up together or you raised somebody don't mean you know them. what you're actually coming in contact with is what you created, what you molded. So you only know what you molded. You don't know the deep end, like what pieces together everything around my heart. You don't really know that. So when it finally comes out, it's like, what the fuck is that? So I had to learn how to learn people, and I had to I had to learn how to one of my love languages is words of affirmation. Like I had to learn how to like. So when you said be affirmative, it was like, oh, like really. So I I'll go TY from the rip. Like I had to like let him know like I love you. Like before when we was on the way to with last week, we was in the car, and I was just like, oh shit, man, I forgot. I ain't even tell you I love you this week. My fault. I love you. And they was in the and I read and I was in the back seat like what? And I was like, oh, like that's some like I honestly forgot to tell him I love him this week. You know what I mean? And or like to tell him he's doing a good job. Like when we got done, remember when you texted me, it was like, yo, TY did a really good job. I was like, yo, I just told him that. Like, though, you did a really good job today. Like I just had to learn how to be affectionate. You know what I mean? Cause that wasn't always a thing. Like growing up, we got the typical tough love. My fault. So basically, I had to unlearn
Tough love.
Tough love. 2 times, sorry. They pack a lot of power. Damn, I could have summed that all up. Sorry. Well, I guess we wasn't explaining it. What about you, Big?
I think you and Steph pretty much probably touched on it too. I was gonna combine. It was like just the idea of like what's a man like you talked about like I gotta be stone faced, like I gotta be, I can't show emotion. And you talked about like actually speaking and articulating your thoughts.
Remind me to touch on that when you get done.
My man.
What did you say?
Articulating.
Are you a man?
Yeah. Like,
Remind me to touch on that when you get done.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that like that's the main thing, and that's not necessarily from like. Now that wouldn't come from like the village in terms of like my household, but that's like more the village in terms of like the community. Yeah. Like a lot of times the community, your peers tell you like what does it mean to be a man, right? Like we all, boys ain't supposed to cry, like all that type of stuff. So I think that was the type of stuff I had to unlearn. Like, and I think that like articulating your feelings, like I can show you, and I can feel like I'm showing you that I love you, but it hit different when I tell you, I love you. Like it's a lot different. So I think that's the main thing that I had to unlearn, which is like trying to like change my mindset about what this manhood thing looks like.
Do y'all believe that a man confirms that you're a man?
No.
Who do you think?
Explain.
Yes, you have father figures. You go through things in your life that mold you into the man that you become, right? So
this job about to get
good.
good.
Yes, you do everything that in your power to be the best man that you can become, right? You become a provider, you become a protector, all these things, right? But like you only hear men say that's a man's man, right?
I've heard women say that.
That's what I'm getting to. So it's like we're married.
There's a whole person that I'm not going to disclose their name. I don't even like the lady because the lady literally said, "No, like we'll talk." Because the lady literally said, "Oh, you married, so you think you a man now?"
No, I don't think that. But if my wife tell me I'm a man, then I'm a fucking man. No, and that's what I'm getting to. No, because the women are the one. We're doing all this to provide for our village. Outside of us is the women. The women is looking at all that. So if a man tell me like I'm a man's man, I appreciate it, but it ain't gonna hit me as home as unless a woman tells me that.
But you also it's a double-edged sword because I know everybody.
So that's why I'm asking. So what's up? What's up?
I agree. I agree when it comes to like your wife. You know, maybe your mother. But you have some hating ass females out here.
All right, well, not woman. All right, let's say
I don't think that a person should determine if you are a man or not. Like I don't need your validation for me to know that I'm a man.
Right.
Right. Whether you can, because I may think that I am a man, but you may think that I'm not because of something that you may saw. Right. That's your problem. That's not my problem. So I don't need your validation to say that I'm a man.
Right.
Will it help? Yeah, maybe.
all right, I can do that.
That's what I said. Maybe.
Yeah. So,
but it's like me. Tasha can tell me right now, you're not a man. I'm sorry you feel that way. My mother can tell me I'm not a man. I'm sorry you feel that way. My dad, and I don't care who it is, you can tell me I'm not a man. I'm sorry you feel that way. But you can't determine what makes me a man. Because first of all, if you're not a man, you can't tell me what it is. I can't tell you what it is to be a woman if I'm not a woman. So I don't think that I don't need your validation to tell me that.
I got you.
I think I completely agree with the part about you don't need anybody to confirm or like you said validate who you are.
Right.
But I think that kind of goes into when we start talking about like the stereotypical gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm a man because I do this. Right. I'm a man because I make this number. I can provide for my family financially. So like, if my wife makes more, am I less of a man? Like, so that's why I think we got to really think about like this idea of what it means to be a man. Like, and it looks different.
He said it looks coming back. I think it's coming back.
It looks different for everybody. Like the way you represent manhood looks different in different situations and for different people.
I can dig that.
I agree with everybody. So I definitely see where where you're coming from. Where you're saying,
of course, I ain't making it an argument.
Yeah. So I definitely see where you're coming from. Where you're saying that your wife,
mm-hmm.
my husband's doing that. He's doing
mm-hmm.
what a man should do. But then I also agree with Rome. I know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm a man because I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Even if you agree with what I'm doing, I don't need your validation because it makes me feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So, but again, then that's where it also has that double-edged sword where you have some hating ass people who will say, "Well, if you're not doing this,
that's different. That ain't real. That's hate and anger. Ain't nobody worrying. If you can look past that and see the realness within their response, then we could really talk. We could really get into this what we just talked about.
True,
but if it's just like you ain't no man. Like when I was hearing you say that, like that's what I thought about. I thought about hate. I ain't think about nothing real.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So,
B told me to let it go. I can't let it go. I see. I'm like,
yeah, you got to let that one go, bro. We're gonna talk offline. We gotta let that go.
What makes your village what it is, and what are qualities of a good village?
Accountability.
Yeah. So I think.
Shit, we can write a list of it.
Yeah. I think that
everybody take two. Go.
I think a lot of y'all talked about it earlier when you were talking about like the idea of like, would you let the village chastise your child? And I think a good community doesn't chastise. I think a good community like corrects,
teaches.
So I think it corrects like behavior. So if you see somebody doing something wrong, like when you think about chastise, it's like I'm scolding you, I'm screaming at you, I'm hitting you. But correcting is like I'm going to tell you what's wrong. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what you did wrong. I'm still holding you accountable for it. Mm-hmm. But then we also want to unpack it. Like, all right, you stole from the store, right? So yeah, we're going to talk about how that's wrong. But then we're going to also unpack like, okay, why is that wrong? Why is it wrong that you stealing, right? But then also,
you don't think that's a form of chastising though?
No. Give me one second. All right, give me 1 second. But on top, it's cool. But on top of explaining why it's wrong, I think part of the community job is like, then how do you make it right? Like it's like not like we got to get to a point where it's like we're not just like acknowledging you did something wrong, but I think we also got to help our kids and young people be like, how can we then fix what you did wrong? How can we repair what was broken? That type of thing. My fault, Rome. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I'm in timeout.
I'm in timeout. Be drawn.
All right, so the definition is to discipline, especially by corporal punishment, to criticize severely, to restrain, to refine and purify. So, with his definition or what he was saying, it's more of a purifying of a I don't want to say soul.
Yeah, and
cleanly, like more like. Cleaning the soul.
For me, chastising is more about discipline. It's about, like, a lot of times, like, we think about chastising, like, I'm mad at you because the teacher keep calling my house. Like, so I'm whooping your ass. Like, and I could be wrong in that thought, but that's, like, in my mind, how I think about chastising. It's like, and that's why I ask you, like, the teacher keep calling, shit making me mad, now I'm whooping your ass.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, that's chastising for me. But it's like correcting is like, all right, why does the teacher keep calling? Why are you disrespecting your teacher? Like, why is that problematic?
Refine and purify.
And then how do you fix that relationship you broke with your teacher? Because clearly it's broken now. How do we fix it?
And I think that has a lot to do with the way that people was raised, because there was I'm tired of her calling me, tired of him calling me, blah, 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 blah. But then it was also, okay, so what's the problem? What's going on? Are you not understanding? Like, are you not listening? Do you not like the person? You're not like. So, I mean, and I guess, I mean, okay. I mean, it's one of those, like, we can agree to disagree, but it's I feel like they still, depending on who the person is, I feel like they kind of go together, I got you.
Knowing the culture of your village is a big thing, too. Like learning that we're our blackness, with the benefits of it and the cons of it, like every across the board. Like, I literally tried my best to tell Ty all the I don't want to say bad things about being black, but the definitely the good.
You want
thing,
him to know?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, so like, so when I say bad things, I mean like the harsh things that come with our culture.
Okay.
I was definitely
I was about to push back.
I was trying to find it. That's why I said I was trying to find a way to word it differently. But yeah, like, yo, coming from the hood, you're gonna have people who hate. You're gonna have people who judge. You're gonna have people who are less than, so they feel like they not less than, who are suffering more than you, so they might take a different approach to things. They might steal. They might rob. They might kill. Who are going through challenges, mental challenges.
But is that necessarily just in the hood, though?
No, but
because I think that's a life period.
It is life, but when they look at us on the news and say we're loitering or looting or something like that, they're not gonna say the same thing for white people. So that's one of them things that could be looked at as black people that I gotta teach Tyler, like, yo, this is. But when it comes to the good things, like yo, we really like. A lot of things we really just want fairness. We don't want beef, for real. We don't want like problems. We just want to be treated equal.
Right.
Like all those things like are like. One of the lines that I got in one of the songs that I'm about to record is, y'all
podcast exclusive.
Yeah, y'all think y'all killing the ops, y'all really killing gold. So our skin ain't just melanin.
Correct.
This shit is really gold in this world that we living in. Roe versus Wade. The shit they really trying to implement this shit because they looking at numbers and shit and they like, yo, they having way more kids than us. We are about to be the minority.
Right.
So don't let us start running this fucking country. We really gonna be gold. This is why I hope nobody don't steal my bar. Can I beat that?
You can. Shit, you got it.
But I mean, like, it's shit like that. Like, that's like when you
just
learn.
Know somebody gonna ask you, well, who's the bar? What did you say?
But they need to listen to the podcast. Corn coming out soon. It's coming out soon. But yeah, like certain yeah, we just gotta like teach your kids the culture. That's part of the village, like and why it's called a village or a tribe or whatever, you know, stuff like that.
Community, yo. Nowadays, we don't have community in our villages, and what I mean by community is togetherness, unity. Everybody's out for themselves nowadays.
Which is why I said that in the beginning of the pod. Like, it's the trust issue.
Because, I mean...
that shit make it hard.
Yeah, I mean, it does. But every good hood that we used to have when we grew up, your mom knew at least 6-7 people.
Yeah.
As much as I want to disagree with you, I gotta agree with you, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. But I mean, so we say every good hood, right? Every good hood we grew up in, we knew these people, right?
First of all, it ain't no good.
Right.
It ain't no hood.
Yeah, but when we think about it, like the old heads that we talked about that's missing, right? They was from that hood. They was from that village. That village wasn't that good. That village really, like, I think that, like, the old heads that we missing was a product of the village that we kind of saying we want back. I think it's counterproductive.
So do we really want it back?
No, I think, and I'm gonna push back against the idea that, like, I don't think everybody's for themselves. I think that there are people, and I think that throughout time, it's always gonna be people for themselves. But I think that, like, as much as like we talk about, like, the 14-year-olds who just killed the boy, we talk about the 14-year-old who just shot the boy on the L on a bus. It's so many young people doing amazing things.
I agree.
I think that we are in a time where young people are way more alert, way more aware, way more like action oriented, and I think part of that is because, like, they are also coming from communities that really care. Like, and that's why I said earlier, but it might not look like the community in terms of,
or that see things for what it really is. It's like they really was seeing things for what it was.
That
so
might be one of the best
what
episodes.
It was like that. That's why I said I love this generation. I love the generation. What was
Gen
it?
Z.
Gen Z. Yeah, like that's why I love them, because they so in tune with the real shit.
Yeah.
Like.
Right.
They could prove that it's fucking aliens out here. We just be like looking in the sky waiting for some shit. Like, that's the type of time that they be on. So when it comes to the community, they be the same way.
Right. Yeah, and I just think that the community isn't, like, I think is less about proximity. Like, your community don't mean the people that live that you on the block with, that grew up in Tiffin area with you. Your community could be your dance company. Your community could be your gymnastic team, your basketball team, your chess club. And I think that if you hear and see and meet some of the adults that's in those spaces, like, you would say, like, damn, like, no, the community is strong. Mm-hmm. I just think that we have to do a better job of, like, connecting some specific communities and neighborhoods to some of the resources, organizations that are doing that kind of work.
We're also in a time where they get overshadowed.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what's a better way for it to not be overshadowed, though?
I mean, I think that
I mean it's like single.
No, for sure. I get it.
He said we don't know nothing.
He's terrible.
He said you run computers and I run food. We don't know nothing. Our brains are under the end table. I get it.
I mean, I just think that is a matter of, like, using the tools of social media that we have in different ways. Like, social media controls the world. We just got to use it in different ways. Like, I think that if we promote all of the good stuff, and it's not gonna catch everybody, because people love drama, people love chaos, people love the train crash, right? But we can't, like, let that dissuade us from promoting the good work that's being done. Like, I think that we just got to continue to push it, and we got to, like, be active, be vocal, go out there and, like, be, like, telling people about all these programs, opportunities they have. But I think it's just a matter of, like, continuing to push, continuing to fight. I just don't think we can be like, man, this shit's a lost cause.
The only time they get publicized is when we die of like unlawful deaths.
Yeah. I mean, I think,
and unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
I mean, I think it's a matter of, like, also the news outlets and sources that we watch and view.
We do need better. Like if we had joints like that's like as big as the Shade Room and Baller Alert, like shit like that got 2 million, 3 million followers, I think we'll be alright. We ain't got nothing like that. Anything that's like that, John's got like 10,000 followers.
Yeah. But we got to keep pushing. We got to keep working on it. Keep promoting it. Like, when you see somebody doing good work, spread the word about it. Tell other people about it. Tell your community about it. Like, connect them with those resources and them opportunities.
Wrong.
Yes.
What makes your village what it is, and what are good qualities of a good village, or what are qualities of a good village?
I don't know how to answer this question. Like, even after, like, you know, hearing two people, like, I don't know how to answer the question. What makes my village what it is? And what was the second part?
What are the qualities of
The
a
good
village?
qualities of my village.
Of a good village.
Of a good village. Communication. I'm gonna say affirmation. Yeah, I still let her know. Love, time, patience, perseverance.
Go away.
That's what I'm good with in terms of a good quality.
Can you touch
No.
on? All right.
Can't touch on. I don't know what I just said. It came off the dome. Can I touch? No, I can't do it.
All right.
What's the first part? I asked the second part. I got you.
What makes your village what it is?
All those things I just named.
Sum that up for us.
Well, all right.
All those. More importantly, love. Like seriously.
Love is the key of understanding.
In terms of like the village, or like, I feel like when you have when you have a village, the village grows as you grow, right? Not just saying like the people around you, they're growing, so you're growing, things like that. And I just think like people, the older you get, when you begin to experience certain things, you view stuff differently. And I think that's what has a lot to do. So I was like an angry young boy. Brian can tell you, I was just angry. Where now it's like, yeah, I still got a short fuse, but
Victor ain't knocked that shit out.
No, he didn't. Did Malik knock it out of you, bitch?
Damn, there we go. See, that's the short fuse we were just talking about. Like,
Hey, Vic, you grown now. You got the power to knock that shit out.
I know where you at, Malik. I got you. I'm gonna tell you where he at.
Bitch, I'm here. Black man, you can find us on all social media fucking platforms and YouTube. I'm her. Bitch.
But
Scared of niggas no more? I ain't a bitch.
Malik in the crowd like,
Oh my god, I hate y'all. But no, like, I feel like I'm more loving now. In certain areas with certain people. Not the lady that asked me what to do. I think I'm a man. She can.
kick rocks?
Yes, it's the clean version.
Nigga said,
Because I knew he was about to say it. When he really, I seen it in his fucking eyes.
it was about to come across his lips. He's going to edit
I was
that
gonna
out.
beat the shit out.
But no, like it's I quit.
Well, all right.
I really did want you to touch on the perseverance part.
I ain't got it.
you ain't.
Gotcha.
You got something to say before we leave it?
I'm just surprised that Rome can't touch on that idea of perseverance. Like that, like that's your story, bro. Like that's who you are. It's who you've been. Like, think about the obstacles you overcame. Like, think about the things they said you couldn't do. Like, that's you, bro. Like,
I thought I was setting him up for greatness. I thought it was one of these joints.
No, because it's just like D-Wade John, right?
Rum said it.
Like, I definitely was gonna make that fucking.
All right. I ain't want to draw it out because I feel like when I tell these stories, I could go on and on like that, you know. But like, I would
Your
just
big
say
ass
like,
hand almost slapped the shit out of
you'll
me.
be all right.
We got
I
time.
just-
We editing out at least like 25 minutes of shit.
In terms of the persevering, man, I feel like, and it's not like a single thing. I feel like the odds were not stacked against me, but it's like I feel like I had to fight through like a lot of stuff. So because I was the young boy that had the bad attitude, that was the angry young boy that didn't nobody want to, pretty much be around as a young boy, and now it's like you see, like I'm a director. Who would have thought?
God.
I mean, yeah, well, that's true. But like, look. Who would have thought that I would be a director? Like stuff like that. Even down to like the business thing, like, and I don't have everything down packed. Like I don't, and like a lot of people criticize Saul for what she do. I actually think she's a marketing genius. I'm just different. I can't take that approach with it. So it's like I feel like where I want to be in business and where I am is not lining up right. But it's like I'm taking my path. I was always been the person to take my path. even with me down to getting the license at 31, what about 33 now, 31? It was just like, yo, bro, like, what's up with you? I don't know. Like, as a kid, took the test, I failed 2 times, I said, I ain't going back, I quit. Somebody let me drive. Oh, I don't get a license to drive. Then it's like, all right, you keep driving back from Delaware, they gonna get you, big fella. It's like, yo, I'm gonna take the test like one last time. It's like, if I don't take it, I'm like, yo, well, and I took it a couple times, I failed. And I took it again. When I walked in, the lady was like, listen, she said, you gonna pass. I said, who told you this? She said, I'm telling you gonna pass. Like, real talk. Like, she just said, like, it's not like, it wasn't like, and I never saw this lady. I really feel like that lady was literally sent to give me that boost of confidence because, like, I've never seen her in there. I would go to that joint, and be, oh, go on, read the book, go on another Saturday, and I'm out. And it was just like, yo, when I passed, I looked at her, she's like, you passed, right? I was like, she's like, see, give me 5. Look, grown ass man. Like, I mean, it's, I don't know, like, it's different. It's just,
It's perseverance, bro.
it's definitely perseverance. It's perseverance.
That's all I want.
You know, I'm emotional. I had to.
Nigga, I was about to cry to some soon too, man.
What's up, cuz?
Well, all right.
Well, all right.
Another great episode, another great conversation. B, thank you for joining us.
Sure.
Giving us your time on this Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all for having me. I'm gonna do one last little promo. I swear I'm done talking after this. If y'all know any people, I swear I gotta throw it out there. If y'all know any young people, ages 5 to 16, you know, a lot of times like summer camps end in August, and there's that gap between when camps end and when school starts. Our school and one of our coaches, Isaiah Thomas, is doing a basketball camp for 3 weeks. It's completely free. It's 3 weeks. The first 2 weeks in August, and then the last one.
That's not the real Isaiah Thomas.
Not the basketball player.
Not
like
Go basketball player, not the good Isaiah Thomas.
So if you know any young people that need something to do in August, you know, come out to Isaiah Thomas basketball camp. Is in 3 weeks in August.
Maybe we shouldn't have said something.
Exactly.
So we could get the.
You probably had to.
But no, B, since you since you just did it, do you have a thanks for looking out this week?
I mean, I guess that would be it. And it's not necessarily towards me. It's just towards the people who run that foundation, and just realizing that there's a void. Like we talk about, like crime in the city, and the kids need something to do. And they're just trying to fill that void, occupy their time with something positive, surround them with good role models, positive people. So I think the people at the Thomas Wood Foundation who run that basketball camp are just doing good work. So even though it's not something they did for me, I think it's just something they're doing good for the community and for the city.
Thank you. So my thanks for looking out is going to be you for joining us, giving us some good conversation for what you do in the community. Teaching the youth up tomorrow, as they would say. Thank you for being a pillar, being a role model for these young kids today. It's much appreciated and it's much needed. Want me wrong?
Yes, sir.
So I've like said this on the pod, and I've said this to people, but I don't think I've ever said it to you. My thanks for looking out goes to you. Growing up, yo, you got chill. No, like. Cause like if anybody knows me, like I tell everybody like it's B, and we've had like off-record conversations, and you literally was like with me as I was like doing the knucklehead dumb stuff, but you never like yo, get out of here. Like it was never like yo, if I'm effing up, it's like yo, you drawn, and I appreciate that. I feel like part of the perseverance and part of just like that strive to do better was because you was around. So I appreciate you for that.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
I love seeing, like when I have like a close friend have somebody that they can lean on that become my friend. Mm-hmm. Like Brian has Quan. Love Quan. Quan is a thorough ass nigga.
That's Brian's cousin, right?
Yeah, I look at B the same way. Like thorough ass nigga. Like since the first day I met Quan, since the first day I met B. Like super solid, man, and Yeah, that's dope. I love seeing that because now I know like my little small circle just got stronger. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? Yeah.
So before we end, I want to say this to you, man.
I didn't get to my own.
I thought that was it.
I thought that was it too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I really thought that was it.
I apologize. Go. The floor is yours.
Y'all niggas was serious. I ain't got a serious one. My thanks for looking out go to David's sunflower seeds. I have been clowning people for eating sunflower seeds for a very long time. I've been calling them thought snacks. Since I got this scheduled, it's 3 a.m. to 12 noon. I've been falling in love with David's sunflower seeds. The function.
You didn't have them Joe when you was working for something?
No, and that's probably why I got fucking fired. Because I used to clown people about sunflower seeds. It's a functionality of it. You driving and you tired,
Hey,
but
my
the
man,
way you chew.
we not getting paid for that.
Sorry.
All right. So,
What? No, you got another one?
No, they just saved my life.
Well, I eat them all the time.
I know. I used to clown everybody. I used to, you eating them fat snacks? He used to be like, those snacks, what?
And
Yeah,
I
like,
always been telling him it's the salt in them joints. They keep you up.
yo,
Listen. Now look at
yeah.
it.
So
I'll be up at,
What's been crunchy?
I'll be on 76 like that.
Yo, I hate you, yo.
Oh shit.
I want to say this because it's been not heavy, but it's just been something that I thought has been going on since we've had.
I just wanted to check. You said it was heavy. Like
No,
I was seeing.
I said it wasn't.
I was. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, I thought you said it was heavy.
Want to touch your titty?
I tell Shar. I should tell you that she may be dead.
Don't chill.
But no, I appreciate the relationship that we have built over this year. Our relationship today is different than it was when you were in my wedding. Like I knew you, and you were cool as a boy, but I didn't know you like I know you now. And I appreciate you for doing that when you didn't know me. You knew of me, but you know, I appreciate you for that as well.
You was definitely about to be like, damn.
But no, y'all. I mean, like I said, but we've definitely built a relationship over the past year, and you have always been somebody that I always, you know, when Rome was doing something, like, yo, where in? But no, I've definitely appreciate this relationship that we have built, because I see what you're trying to do with your life, and I see the light that you're trying to bestow upon the world, trying to be that pillar in the community and the pillar in TY's life, and I look up to that. I like that. And like I said, I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate our friendship. I appreciate our relationship that we got.
Shit. Don't have too many men telling me that. Fucking teary-eyed. Man. I love you. I'm gonna leave it at that. Follow us at BMMW Podcast. You follow me at A&T. Whew, shit. What's my name?
C.E.
Boom. Stuff where they can find you at. Damn, man.
Instagram,
I love you, dog.
Love you, bro. You know what I mean? Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, petty_Ruxpin, RUXP1N if it's still on a 1. Ron, where can find you all at?
Hashtag this nigga trying to take my baby daddy. What?
Not at all.
What just happened over here?
Which is
It's a whole bromance. Like, what is going on? He don't like you and you don't like him. Like, how did we get here? Thanks for being at my wedding. Thanks for being my brother.
Yo,
My brother and my friend.
Now you acting like Bonnie and Tasha.
Like,
We didn't
what?
ask y'all to be friends. We just said be cordial.
My brother and my friend. I love
definitely
you.
be hating on your roommate.
Follow me
Tasha be
at
like, oh, the gay shit.
follow me at Chef Rome _
89.
89. There we
I
go.
got it right.
I forgot. Also, business page is The Roman Way. Don't follow me on Facebook because y'all tried to get me. I'm not doing that again. Nope.
Yo, shout out to you though, because you've been having a summer on Smitty Dash.
I've been trying, bro.
So shout out to you, bro.
If you want some wangs,
If you want some wangs, we gonna have some fucking wangs at 8 o'clock in the morning with it. Oh shit!
Who did win?
Next week is the episode.
Is the what?
See, you'll never catch the vibes, man.
It's not catch the vibe.
I missed
You
it
don't catch
again.
the vibes. Yeah, you've been missing the vibes lately, dog.
Alright, run it back.
No, next week is gonna be the 18th episode.
It's supposed to be 17, bro. You originally said 17.
I did, but we gotta get past 17. So
Oh.
then I said the 18th.
Oh,
So
I
we
see.
can't get wings at 8 o'clock in the morning? You don't have to make them in the morning. You can make them that night and heat them up in the morning. I just want to eat wings and get drunk and pie.
At the no.
At 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to act like this shit is Mexico. You got me fucked up. God, shit. B, where they can find you at, man?
Y'all boys, man. B Glover 2487. That's my Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff.
2487?
Yeah. Come on, it's like about to ask questions. It's cool.
all right. Well, on that note,
Hold up. 24. That's your birthday?
I was gonna say your birthday.
I wasn't trying-
What sign is that?
Aquarius.
What, 222. Is that an
He's
Aquarius?
a Pisces, dog.
Hero of Pisces?
Yes.
I was just trying to see like how Hero gonna be. If he be like you, boy, I won. Like if Hero got a mixture of me and you, dog,
No, he probably be real stubborn.
a stubborn genius.
well, no. On that note,
Hey, we out, man. I'm fucking
thank you
tired.
for
I gotta
listening
work
to another
tomorrow.
episode, and we out.
Deuces.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.